So they study the actual cities and they monitor these particular things. Fortunately, the last 4 or 5 years, black people have gone to a certain savage level, and that's good. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. When the Arabs was going across Africa, and right after Muhammad, they went across Africa, and if you didn't submit to Islam, they cut your head off and you died.
First time I saw the prophets pick like, whoa. No one ever told I feel sick like, bro. Stomach all churning what I'm learning like, no. Also have my own flag not burning like, no. Fez a turban on other nations like, whoa. What's wrong with your people's minds like, whoa. Wanna take pics and talk for hours like, yo. Never felt this reppin' black power like, whoa. Never felt this reppin' chematology. Most of your black leaders teach technology. Egypt is North Africa, so is Morocco, in the farthest west. Mecca is Chicago, Mississippi, Nile River, Grand Canyon, Pharaoh. I'm Moroccan native, they call the mother spaceship. Disrespect Malik L, call him slave named Malcolm. Speak truth, watch blacks have a tantrum. Masked up like phantoms, age of corona. Catch the Heineken virus, not improper persona. Fall victim to lymphoma, pineal melanoma. Like whoa, when I read the Treaty of Verona. Whoa, when I read the Protocols of Zion. With goosebumps drinking roots of the dandelions. Berries of the elders, grass of the lemons. Like whoa, how my people ride with these snitch felons.
People lost start telling like, whoa. Me felon. Oh, no. Twin towers explode like 9/11. Time 7 like melting down the church bells to fill a weapon too sick like Catholic priests playing with leeches. My wolf pack tear them apart, breaking the leashes. Bad night, bad mission, sad vision, past living, cash missing. I done seen it all before like fast life.
They study the actual cities and they monitor these particular things. Fortunately, the last 4 or 5 years, black people have gone to a certain savage level, and that's good. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. When the Arabs was going across Africa, and right after Muhammad, they went across Africa, and if you didn't submit to Islam, they cut your head off and you died.
First time I saw the prophets pick like, whoa. No one ever told I feel sick like, bro. Stomach all churning what I'm learning like, no. Also have my own flag not burning like, no. Fez a turban on other nations like, whoa. What's wrong with your people's minds like, whoa. Wanna take pics and talk for hours like, yo. Never felt this reppin' black power like, whoa. Never felt this reppin' chematology. Most of your black leaders teach technology. Egypt is North Africa, so is Morocco, in the farthest west. Mecca is Chicago, Mississippi, Nile River, Grand Canyon, Pharaoh. I'm Moroccan native, they call the mother spaceship. Disrespect Malik L, call him slave named Malcolm. Speak truth, watch blacks have a tantrum. Masked up like phantoms, age of corona. Catch the Heineken virus, not improper persona. Fall victim to lymphoma, pineal melanoma. Like whoa, when I read the Treaty of Verona. Whoa, when I read the Protocols of Zion. With goosebumps drinking roots of the dandelions. Berries of the elders, grass of the lemons. Like whoa, how my people ride with these snitch felons.
People lost start telling like, whoa. Me felon. Oh, no. Twin towers explode like 9/11. Time 7 like melting down the church bells to fill a weapon too sick like Catholic priests playing with leeches. My wolf pack tear them apart, breaking the leashes. Bad night, bad mission, sad vision, past living, cash missing. I done seen it all before like fast life. Alhamdulillah, Stephallah, cash life. Feds getting involved, switching on flashlights. Allah, we appear like voila. Shematar, make them calm down, goose rabba. CNN show the hoax on the repeat. Corona is over, now George on a repeat. Like how would you survive? Everybody crash Jesus, take the wheel, it's gonna be another rapture. Go to crisiscast.com right now, you'll see that we in the matrix. Right now, George Soros handing out paychecks. Right now, niggas mad cause they ain't get paid yet. Pipe down, I mean Pope down, pause all the savages. They only active to react to what is happening. What's happening? City ordinance, man's rights subjugate the womb, human trafficking.
Islam. GS is about to be crazy. Mufti's going wild.
All of that is black culture. see, when I'm sitting down at the bus stop back in September, and I look down and there's somebody left a Bible there. And I guess the Spirit was like saying, well, there's some stuff in there you need to go in and retrieve. And I opened the Bible up and it went to Moab. And then I saw a story on Turner Classics, the story of Ruth. All of this stuff is nothing but, no matter these white faces or whatever, we did live in other lands and we were a universal people. And these stories of our people, that's all over the earth.
The title is Glad You Is a Montana Way. Death's cousin has a slave, so a prophet said to take you from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Morris docks, everything L. 9 drops from ya, where I'm from yourself. The who's blank, I'm not. She's out the water, the bank sprung up. With unsalvation now, you can't stand up. In the womb with scars, arms, 2-leg, arm has none for them, of us. Humanity, Corpus, Marcus was the harbinger. Ali came forth from ya. The great meeting is on. I see the crescent and the Dragon Ball with them. Dive into the 101. Oh man, you went up. Now realign with yourself, higher up. What up? 2 rips. What you shaking? You forming the trust. Wait, oh it's your funeral. You arming with libraries, oh it's Gordon. The title is Glad You Is a Montana Way. That cousin has a slave, so a prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Morris docks, everything L.
Matriarch rules, spirit lessons, watch patriarch fools telling you man is God when the creator is you. The mud you made man from is really the womb. Feminism got you single and trying to be your groom. The prophet held you in his arms, turban with a plume. Told you be yourself, your face wearing a costume. Waving your fake fingernails and flipping your fake hair. Never on time paying late fees for daycare. Blaming dad trying to be right, not the fact you're a dyke. Keep your male sons childlike and life dream like 800 note phones, massaging dicks for those. From lower self to higher self, it's just a stone's throw. If I'm a star, then God is, you are a universe. I'm your helper, you are the God and the earth. You are the yin, I am the yang, that came from yin. We all came from her, civilization is feminine. She is nature, intuition, wisdom and compassion. Woman's highest calling lead man to his soul's passion. And man's highest calling is to protect her. Not when she talks, dismissing intellect as conjecture.
The title is Glad You Is a Montana Way. That cousin has a slave, so a prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Morris docks, everything L.
I'm a Moor, 10 toes down on my square, yeah. To get here, you might need a couple stairs, yeah. Walk through the darkness to get to the light, yeah. I enforce law all by myself, yeah. With no cameras, no gimmicks, cause this is real life, people. I don't take pictures. You can deal with the facts or love fiction. You identify with black, you know something's missing. Where your flag, where your nation, ain't something missing. Here's mine right in front of me, and it was hitting. We were taken from Africa, that's full listen. Cause we was right in America before Christians. And I'm Moorish American, I'm so gifted. I don't need marijuana to get you lifted. That's what I do for humanity, don't get me twisted. The Inquisition control, you've been calling business. I call it treason, the reason I'm so relentless.
Title is Glad You Is a Montana Way. That cousin has a slave, so a prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Morris docks, everything L.
Arm, leg, arm, head. Mama, meditate, laying in my bed with my mala. I self-law, a master. Allah, nearest place to meet her is the heart. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, what we follow. Egg of life transformed, turn into the flower. Tree of life, man's form, learn the Kabbalah. See through the sandstorm, move like impalas. Follow Drew Ali's model, yeah, we them street scholars. We don't pop bottles and we don't pop collars. Hand on the throttle every second, minute, hour. Rhythm, vibration, words, sound and power. Perfumes and sensation, flesh has devoured. Took the final station, now the sweet smell sour. Always practice patience in heat, never power. Here to free with punch L from the tower. Let your hair down.
The title is Glad You Is a Montana Way. That cousin has to sleep, so the prophet said to take you from the care to I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Morris docks, everything else.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Levitate, this hoverboard rap. Thank me now, you're welcome like a floor mat. Beat my format, tarot deck, I sort that. Pulled the magician, now you see my forecast. Royal Palace in the crystal ball. I'm a fully spitting bullets, that's John Wall. We dialing up classics in its own call. How you bounce back after the fall? That's a question. We building, not finessing. You got complaints or suggestions. Decided law is my reference. Y'all decorate. The essence is my preference. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find the nation. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find a nation. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Step into this ring, the gods of war sing. Drum steady pounding to the bloodstream coursing. Heed their warning just before the sword swings. Move north 4 degrees, avoiding its sting. Listen to their voices, sight unseen. Quiet all the noises, focus on just being. I am one with the breeze that eases through the trees. I am one with the earth underneath your feet. I am water walking land in the form of man, the king of Siam. I am that I am. I'm that fire that's burning deep inside your heart. The synchronized senses moving your body parts smoothly with fluidness, highly intuitive. Knew the movements of your fist before you even did. With each step left, right, feeling oddly compelled, because the shadow box with God is to spar with the self.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. The shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Recognize your dark aspects, I don't mean skin tone. Outside truths in the house, demons you bring home. Outside clothes on your bed, sleep with a night hat. Paralysis when you sleep, dreams every night bad. Subconsciously
suppressed aspects, acts called junk. About negative behaviors, unravel is done. See the deepest trauma and guilt you push away. Causes depression, addiction, and anger you display. Identity is central to the practice of magic. Witchcraft help you rewrite and conquer your habits. Detrimental to the growth, exploring the shadow self of man. Learn the lesser banish with pentagrams. Get a black candle, a pen or a pin. Scratch shadow emotions and let the healing begin. Light it and meditate, burn it down to the end. It's locked in. This is what we call shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
In the spirit of a prophet in Islam, we study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. Know it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. Out of this savannah, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young phenom. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Move out the rough edges, eliminate the arms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom. Coming for our territory, taking back Guam. With that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. Now I'm impressed, the vibration sound is on.
Don't give it away.
It's
Mars
on.
don't give it away. Yo, Mars don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Get me to stay. Great the masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Mars don't give it away. They play your life but try to take you. Can you count how many times I'll try and break you? Try to guide a great clue. Struggle size HU. Mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little great goose while swerving on the state truth. While plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that letter to that's HB number 2 and keep my name out your mouth unless it's about to spread my youth. Quarter come up with the money that you run up when this chrome game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot with your lame excuse. No, I never dead. This a full force sound system level that. Yo, you only talking fee out where your levels at. This is God body, show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural. Pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray, I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences, they speechless. For the world, I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Give me the state. Drake the masterpiece. The master's trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like the masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Why am I in this?
Good. Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she du jour. I thought Orisha Omega deity, she a more. Amongst the elite, both relate to the core. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke and never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Give me the state. Drake the masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like the masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Respect my life. 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 Never. be in the studio, man. 7998, put him in the room. Yeah, know what it. Hello. Buenas noches. Why did I go to the end of the song for real?
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'm alright with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Islam wars. So there's a term, the spirit of a moment. The spirit of a moment. And impromptu. So a moment is spiritual. Just go with me. A moment is spiritual. So in the moment, it must have been spirit that told me, because there was something else that we were going to do. All right. So we're going to put the link in the chat. If you got some time right now, if you have some time, we want to bring you in on the Q&A today. I'm going to give you a background as to how it just hit me. So one of the Moors did a live on Facebook, Brother Alendi L. And on his live, there were these questions, just questions that were thrown out. So there's probably, let me see what we're looking at. So 8 questions. So if we say 10 minutes a question, right? And then if you talk, you have about a minute. So we're trying to limit every question's response, answer, or whatever to 10 minutes. So that way we can try to get through all of it. But if you have some time, just push the button. And we'll see how many of these we could get through. Remember, it's the spirit of the moment. So whatever, if you're inspired, you never spoke before or whatever like that, and you're inspired to say something because you've been studying too, then push the button. There's nothing today. We're just answering these questions that this more throughout. This is not, try to go viral or need 8 million views on this or nothing like that. If you got some time, push the button there. Islam Bay 4 times.
Islam brother Cujo, how's it going, man?
All is well, more.
No doubt. Same here. I saw the link. I pushed it. I'm ready to take my support.
Islam.
No doubt. So, all honesty, divine law, AJ, mothers, Prophet Nobu Ali, Islam.
Islam.
No doubt. So,
so if you can't find the link, put it in there again. You're not obligated to push the button or anything. We're doing Q&A regardless today. This is just impromptu. The spirit of the moment. Let the moment be what it's going to be. So the first question was, what is the end goal for the Moorish nation? The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Moorish Divine National Movement, anything Moorish. What's the end goal? That's the first. That was the first question. So I see that, but when you put limits, you get less done. So I wouldn't even say that there's an end goal to the Moorish nation. This stuff's going on forever. And it's gonna be exactly what it's supposed to be for that moment. Drew Ali was exactly what he was supposed to be for that moment. So we can have it right here now that we could be talking about it. That's progressive. So if we are gonna put what this is supposed to look like in whatever amount of years, we have to backtrack and check what we had first. Because you have to start taking accountability for how come we're starting over and all this type of stuff. And why do we even have to talk about where's the end goal? There was supposed to be a 100, 200, 300-year Moorish plan from the Moors in the 1920s after Drew Ali transition. That we're not even getting in this to do anything. We're getting in this just to inherit and keep being Moorish. The end goal is exactly what Noble Drew Ali was doing. Every individual who's a Moor, they're supposed to have that going on wherever they're at. That's the end goal. The end goal is looking at Chief Negum, that's running everything, and Chief Pemtu, that's running everything. Because all these people finally woke up and realized what they've been saying for the past years. We're not Indian. You want your stuff back? Then claim it. That's the end goal. End goal is that nobody out here talking about black. Black entertainment TV, black caucus, no black stuff. That's the end goal. No Negroness. No sluts and no harlots running around influencing children. Using puppets and harlots to try to teach your children stuff. And you don't get what's going on? So the end goal, get rid of all that BS. Then you realize real fast why Noble Drew Ali said this is a divine and national movement, and it's only going to be a handful, say, with fingers left over. But I yield the floor. If you have anything to add, Brother Baby, with regard to that question, what's the end goal?
End goal, I agree with you, is living by the principles, being the principles. The end goal, honoring your mother and father. End goal, just getting our nation back and getting our land back. That's the end goal. Decolonization. End goal. End goal is what we're doing right now, exposing all the sellouts, which is not actually an end. It have no end. Just continue to enforce the principles, living by the principles until we get the desired result that we want as a nation. That's the end goal. End goal is the children. That's the end goal. The end goal is restitution. That's the end goal, which is not an end, just a continuation of what we're doing right now. Prophet Noor Ali already did it, collapsing the United States Service Corporation over 100 years ago. Someone's just late. Gold already left the dog. Simple as that. Just keep enforcing the Constitution. That's the end goal. 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights. Honor. Give gratitude to those who paved the way before us. Honor your ancestors. The end goal. Respect. Respect yourself is the end goal, which is not an end, just a continuation of what we're already doing right now as a collective.
You have
Again,
30 seconds more. You have 30
I,
seconds.
I apologize. I mean, because it's really not an end, but so I disagree. Just continue to do what we've always been doing. Continue to do what Prophet Moses already did. Enforcing the Constitution, living by the principles, staying active. Islam.
Islam, brother Yusuf.
Islam Morris. Islam Brother Bay 4 times.
Islam,
Islam
brother.
Rashid. Islam to the Moors in the chat. I really came in because that I was wondering how was that, because I was trying to, I know it'd be a lot of questions, Grand Sheik. I was just trying to see which way that question was coming. Was the person being genuine with the question, or like are they asking it like what?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like they're generally all the questions are general. Are they really want to know?
Oh, okay.
Really looking for an answer to the question or the questions.
Because I'm loving what Brother Bay is saying, but it made me think, too, like after we get our land back, what is it then? You know what I'm saying? And then, you start thinking down the rabbit hole, like what's it all about and stuff like that. But then I started thinking, then he said, but what the prophet has laid down. And then I said, yep, the end game is the whole, at the end, it's still the 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I said, that's how I looked at it. I said, that's the end game right there. It's still always going to be, at the end of the day, no matter who's ruling and whatever, it's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's the end game. That's how but like what Brother Bay was, as soon as he said it, I said, yep, the prophet is the man every time.
Islam, brother.
Islam, more. I yield, Grand Sheik.
Islam. Peace, brother Tariq.
Islam, peace, Grand Sheik, peace. Peace, all the Moors in the chat, Bay 4 times.
Islam.
The Yusuf, peace and love. I didn't want nothing, Cujo. I was late. I had some stuff going on, so trying to help somebody with some law stuff on some divorce stuff, so I was late, and I just jumped straight in the stream. So, you know me, I'm just here.
Islam, we'll catch you up to date.
Yeah, well, what's the topic of the what I missed?
Yeah, so I was watching a Moors live on Facebook, and he threw out some questions to the Moors. So the Q&A today is we're gonna do this little panel and answer the questions. So the first question was what is the end goal of the MSTA, Moorish Divine National Movement, Moorish Nation, anything Moorish? What's the end goal? So if you have anything for that, you could interject right there, or you could pass to Suelo, because Mother's on here too.
Yeah, I won't say much, but I'll take a phrase from Yusuf. Let's go. That's perfect. Let's go.
Let's go.
So my response to that real quick, it would be when I jumped on, I heard Yusuf speaking about Brother Bay 4 times, saying something in reference to the land when we get our land back. So I think that would be the number one ultimate objective, and I mean, obviously besides nationality, but that would be the number one objective right there. Clear and rid our land.
Yeah, recognized respectfully by other nations. Our flag should be flying. It's our nation flag. That Star Spangled Banner shouldn't be flying, talking about it's a country on our land.
Absolutely right. 1000%. Absolutely right.
Islam, brother Tariq, give thanks. Islam, goddess.
That's right, brother. Tariq Islam.
Islam, Grand Sheik, Islam, everyone on the panel, Islam, everyone in the chat.
Islam.
Islam, mother.
In all the Moors nationwide, highest honors to the Prophet, Noble Joe Ali, of course, of course. The end game, when I heard that, it made me think of Christianity. It made me think of Jehovah's Witnesses and things of that sort. You know, everybody in a religion got their end game is something in the afterlife somewhere. You do good now so that when you go to heaven or some other place, you know, then you'll be happy. You know, the witnesses are waiting for the rapture to happen, and then they get they 1,000 years of getting it together. Then, you know, as far as us with the Moors, the way I see it personally, the end game is to not only get the land back or have our land back, but to be able to um, handle our own affairs and not have people or these colonists here acting like they're doing us a favor and helping us out, but robbing us at the same time. You know, the end game is to be self-sufficient. When you get that land back, what are you going to do with it? You know, and not be so resting or so dependent on your oppressor to give you what it is that you need. Because as we know, a lot of us, you know, we say we want something. When I say us, you know, I mean our people, unconscious Moors, stuff like that. Um, we want the benefits, but we're waiting on somebody else to give it to us. The end game is for you to be able to do this yourself and not be worried about somebody else doing it for you. That's the end game. That's just my opinion, though. That's my 2 cents on that. The end game is for you to start growing your own food and for you to um, just not have these people involved in your affairs. And once we as individuals can do that for ourselves, we'll be better with each other as a collective. Because right now, as a collective, we're sitting around talking about what somebody else ain't doing. So once we as individuals take the responsibility and do it for ourselves collectively, it's going to be so beautiful because we'll respect each other. If each one is doing it themselves, everybody got their own crops that they're doing and whatnot, you know, they'll respect somebody else's crop. They know what it took, the time it took, the energy it took to get that to where it is, you know. So yeah, that's my 2 cents of that. Islam, I yield.
Islam. That was about $1.50.
Yeah, I appreciated every word of it too.
Yes, Islam, mother. Islam.
Islam, brother Amir.
But I
It's
apologize. Can I make
boys.
an
It's
interjection? I'll wait. I'll use the floor.
Now, mine quick and brief though, but just simply, is the study itself for one, and that's what the prophet told us to do was study ourselves. So that itself is going to be endless. And two, it seems like a lot of Moors miss the divine in this, which was said first. This is divine and national movement diving straight into some national type of business or however you want to call it, but it's like that's not where it's at. Like the divinity in you going to bring out whatever else you're talking about, like on top of you using your principles. It's the end goal is getting self together, so what's inside will display itself outwardly, like back to man being mind, like the simplicity, the truth simple. Everybody like making it hard, trying to do too much, like you putting the cart before the horse. You worry about the end and you just started, like damn, come on. But I yield with that.
Islam. Islam. Bro. All right, that was excellent. That was excellent. I think we probably did. I think it was about 7 minutes on that, so we should be good. So the next question is: do Moors have to agree on everything to unify?
It would be great, but it's nothing wrong with disagreeing. As long as we agree to the principles as a collective. As long as we agree to honor our ancestors, as long as we agree to do what's right and
Nah,
correct.
like unity is one thing. It shouldn't be no separations. Although you can have your opinion, but we got principles to stand on. You standing on those is nothing else to do. Those things are guidelines when you're really doing it. Just stop half-assing and really do it, and you'll like see the results of just standing on your principles alone. Like the prophet gave you everything you needed. Like what's all the extra? Like calm down. Once again, like slow down.
Yeah, that's one of the concepts that I've adapted over the past few weeks. I keep telling people that call or I talk to in person or whatever, they have issues, but they issues are because they living in the gray area. Everything is black and white, black or white, so to speak. Simplify it. It either is or it isn't. There ain't no in between.
Yeah, and on top of that, the camelback, like take accountability for what you did. It's an equal or greater reaction happening to you. Now you got to deal. And if you saying you on this path, you got to walk that path no matter how it hurt, because the truth do hurt. You know what I mean? So just deal with it. It's okay. Like what they say back in the day. Are you dead? Did you die though? But did you die though? You okay? You still breathing? You just keep moving along. Like, and keep your old business as old business. Don't try to come and, oh, I'm gonna be a more. You was born that for one, so you're not just about to come be one. Like it's not a fraternity or none of that. Like again, people just they too gung ho right now. There's too much TV and too much internet for them. Nobody's not living life. Like what's your real life like? Like if it's messed up, then guess what? That's a reflection of you. It's like simple. Clean up yourself. That's it. Self. Like nobody got a hand for you to hold. Like it's a shoulder for you to cry on, but no hands to hold. Like you gotta walk your walk. I yield with that.
Islam. No one's I no, I don't believe that Moors have to agree on everything to unify because that's unreasonable to me. We're not going to agree on everything, but there are certain things that are non-negotiable. Noble Ali is the prophet. That's non-negotiable. The principles are non-negotiable. If I like spaghetti and you like lasagna,
Yeah.
okay.
And, indeed, Mobile. I wasn't saying it that deep. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but like I'm in agreement with you. But those are the things that I meant. Like you got people who are talking about a reincarnated prophet. So it's like again when I was saying that I was like the principles. Like you got to stand on the principles, and we're good because you had the freedom to do what you want to do. But these our principles are the guidelines to keep you from being wayward. That's all I was saying from that. You know,
Oh,
Islam.
Islam, exactly. And I was agreeing with you with that as well. If it's levels to it. If you get to the level where, that disagreement is quote unquote getting a little heated, then yeah, you bring in the principles. You do unto others as you want done to you, and those principles will guide you through that to rectify that situation if you're really abiding by them. So that's all I meant. It's like it's levels to the disagreement. If it's on a smaller scale of whatever, and it ain't hurting anybody else, it ain't violating under the principles, then okay, fine. Yeah, okay, we disagree. That's fine. But when it comes to more major issues, that's what those bylaws and things are there for. That's where you start to move into that, just like they do or supposed to be doing, like with the courts and whatnot. That's what the courts are there to handle disputes. That's what the bylaws, that's what the principles, that's what Noble Drew Ali gave us all of this information and literature for, is to handle those kind of disputes. So yeah, with that, I yield the floor.
Indeed, indeed.
Islam, Islam, brother Yusuf.
Islam. I don't want to sound like, because I'm basically going to be saying the same thing the Moors are saying, but like the mother, she was going right where I was about to go when she said it's levels to it, right? So because I was listening to the brother and I'm like, see, like she nailed it when she said it's levels, because what the brother is basically saying is there's sellouts that might be acting like they Moors and trying to unify, but they really a sellout. But then you got a Moor who's coming into the information, may not be as smart as other Moors, but genuinely may not know. And it may seem like they're not being unified, but they just don't know like we know. But it's Moors that are coming in that know what we know, but are trying to act like they're unifying, but they're really here to cause confusion. So when she said that there was levels, I was like, she nailed it with that, because there's a crazy level with that part when Moors are coming in genuine. That's why I asked the Grand Sheik. I said, Grand Sheik, how are they asking these questions? Are they genuinely asking these questions, or like are they? Oh, what are the Moors doing? Because there's always levels to our Moors unifying. It's not just, oh, well, you know, it's so much disagreement. No. It's not disagreement. It's that guy's being a sellout and acting like he's being a Moor. He don't want us to be Moors. He's trying to destroy all of this. So when she said it was levels, I was like, that's correct, because there's levels to because we know unity is really just consanguinity, but then it's the part where they're like, well, the prophet didn't teach this, and now we're going to sell out activity, because that has nothing to do with nothing. We Moors, right? Remember, like, but now we're there. Somebody is naming arguments that are pointless to cause confusion, to make us get off of what it's really about. And you can, like the mother that's why I keep saying it. It's levels to the unity that they keep saying. Like, oh, the Moors don't unify, or do all Moors have to get along? Like, there's levels. Like, I can't get along with someone who's purposely here to sell out, but I can get along with someone here who it may seem like they're doing something wrong, but they just don't know. They don't know yet. So when they comprehend what's really going on, they'll be like, oh, you know, I didn't see it that way. I can comprehend that. But you know, by the way they talk, when the Moor come, that's why I was comprehending what the Moor was saying too. Because there's Moors like that may seem like I can get along with them, but you're not really here to get along with Moors. You're trying to make all the Moors not get along. That's what you're here. That's why I love how the mother said that, and how all the Moors on the panel. We all say the same thing. Even with the first question, I said we all got the same, because it's based off of the 5 principles. Islam, Moors, I yield the floor. Islam.
Can I chime in right fast also?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Mar.
Islam. Also, again, the end game is now a good example of tendency in the face of all of our oppressors, offenses, unity. This is one level, the main level right now, also being love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and exhibiting it and expressing it for others to see exactly what we're doing right now, collectively as a nation, or on just a few of us on the panel. Islam.
Islam.
Can I chime in a little more too?
Go and after that question, I just have one interjection. Somebody asked a question. I'm just gonna put that on the screen for when you're done your comment, just for the panel.
Oh.
Go ahead, what you were saying.
As far as the second question, I'm still on that one. I know when I first proclaimed my nationality, you know, it was like, oh my God, okay, so now that I know I'm a Moor, do I have to have a turban? Can I not wear my blue jeans and my t-shirts anymore, and stuff like that? Like, that's minuscule, you know. You're a Moor either way from doing that. As far as levels are concerned, that's on a lower level. But then you study and you learn yourself a little bit more, and then you see like how the sellouts are. You recognize these little things that they're doing and how you're being handled, basically. They're acting like they're helping you, but at the same time putting you back, like the prophet said, some of your own will put you back into slavery. That's a whole different level. That's on a higher end of the level. So as far as unity goes, unity is going to come with self-knowledge and self-understanding. And once you learn yourself, learn who you are within this movement, and as far as being more, basically you're going to decide which way you're going to go with it, because there's some people out there who know they Moors, and they know that, like you said, those are the sellouts. They'll know that information, but they still decide to go in a different way that's contrary to the teachings of the prophet. So as far as unity is going to go, we'll see that from whatever way each one of us decide to live by these principles. It's still a self thing. How are you going? About the principles. How are you going to live by them? And how you live by them will show in the collective of us all. So, yes, I don't know if that actually made sense, but I yield with that. Islam.
Yeah, that was about $2 that time. If Moors could see the question on the screen, if we're Moors, why are we not talking to the king of Morocco, Africa? If any Moors have a quick answer for that question, and then we'll jump back to the other questions.
Real
First of
quick
all,
answer. Just
right,
stop.
why do
Just
partner,
stop.
let me answer right fast. Please let me answer that one first, please. Why do you just won't call us? Why we gotta call them? We the empire. Ask the person who asked that question that.
That's the reason why I said just stop. Like literally take 1 second, stop and think. Like we talking about an empire, you talking about a kingdom. An empire supersedes a kingdom. Why would we be doing that? Like we say we aboriginal indigenous, like the first. So why are you talking to the secondary? Like why?
That's another
Stop.
example of them looking for someone to be responsible for. That's another example of that.
Especially when that question is what they say, a Googleable answer. You could put that shit in Google and ask Google, when was Morocco established? So if you really think we're talking about Morocco that was established in 1956, go back to RV Bay Publications.
Wow.
This is why it's like the sternness is needed, like the truth stern. So we gotta be stern with people. Like you just said, that's simple. Like come on, man. You Google everything else you want to know.
I like that word, Googleable.
Next question.
I got a ton of them.
Empire even better. Empire. Sounds great coming off my tongue.
You're looking for someone to go run and tell about something that's going to handle something for you. No, we are that here right now. You are that here right now as part of the collective. That's what the movement is. So we don't need to have nobody to go and look to tell on the people that's doing stuff to us. No, you do that yourself here. And the fact that you have other people here who are also doing the same thing means something. You're not alone. I know it feels that way, but you're not alone. Okay? So you need to look for somebody over in a kingdom somewhere when you are already a part of the empire over here. Islam, I yield. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Islam. The next question. What do Moors have in place that our people can look forward to?
Well, I'll start with that one. I was thinking about that yesterday. Because when Cujo visited out over here, Grand C. Cujo came out here, we was talking about the lottery and some different stuff that we would do and all of that stuff. You know, I was thinking about it last night. You know what I have? You know what the Moors have in front? I have knowledge. I'm wealthy beyond measure. And I'm getting wealthier by the day just by the knowledge that I'm obtaining. That's enough for me. I don't know about you and what you got going on and what you got or other Moors got, but that's enough for me. That right there is the fire that's burning and keeping my engine going. I don't need anything else. There's nothing. I don't have to have a benefit associated or attached to my nationality to state and claim my nationality. Now you.
Islam.
This sound like back when the prophet was saying that Morris was always all up in his face asking them questions. Like basically go do something, go live life. Like go outside. Like what's the problems? Like why everybody needs somebody to hold their hand? Like you didn't need nobody to hold your hand when you was doing nothing in the black status. Like and probably whoever asking they still like in that arena. But that arena starts to leave in your mind. That's a self thing. Nobody on here can get in your head and get that clean for you but you. Like this is about self. It's only organized together when everybody is about themselves and then they cohesively get together on the same thing. Like this is cohesiveness. And again, the principles keep it in line. Once you fall out of line with the principles, you fall out of line with whatever you're in. This is like universal stuff. Like to the laws that can't be broken, that don't have to be made up. It's right there, solidified. Like if you don't believe the laws work, jump off a roof and tell me gravity what it's gonna do to you.
I guarantee they
Islam,
work.
I yield.
Islam.
It's like we're always looking for this blanket gift, this blanket. You know, this one person did this, so that's gonna help all of the rest of us. None of us ain't got to do no other work. No way. I don't want to do no work. Oh, what you doing? What you doing? When you do it, then I'll do it. I hate that. Oh my God, I hate that with a passion. Well, let me see what you do. How that's gonna work for you. Then I'll do it. I hate that with a passion. Now, nobody can do that for you. What do we have that you can look forward to? Like the brother said, knowledge. I can show you why you being oppressed. I can show you why you being taxed to death. I can show you all those things. I can give you that, but you don't want that, do you? Because you want me to do the work for you. You want somebody else to do the work for you in some way. And once that happens, then you'll jump on the bandwagon. The boat done left the dock already.
Islam.
Get on this boat now. You should have came when I told you.
Then too, nothing not about to magically disappear. Like you need the tools to deal with life, like as it presents itself. Like you know what I'm saying. Nobody can't give you that. Like it's a study of self. Like you need the tools to deal with your situation. Everybody's situation is unique, and you can get out of it with your unique self just by doing something unique. How about try something different? Like I bet you've been asking questions. Did you ever try to answer these things for yourself and then come, or did you just have a question?
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, it's not a game. This is not a game. Once you know
Islam.
yourself and you realize what it is that you have to do, what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with, there are you may be in danger. You know, depending on what situation that you're in with it. You may be in danger with it. But it's still the principles, it's still divine. And that's what we keep trying to stress with you, is that you got to come, dealing with your shit is like the hardest shit to do,
Exactly.
And you got to come to terms with your shit. You can't, come to terms with a little bit and then, try to delegate the rest of it out for somebody else to handle for you, or make excuses for whatever. You keep on making excuses for it, nothing ever happens. We can have benefits. People keep looking for, well, what's the benefit of being a Moor and what do I get out of it? You can get something out of it if you're knowledgeable enough. If you know self enough, you will get a benefit of it. But as long as you just sitting around talking about, well, who do we talk to and how do I get this and what do we get this from that it's never going to happen for you that way. Never gonna happen for you that way. So stop it. Like the brother said, stop it.
Yeah, just stop.
Islam, I yield.
Islam. Any other Moors have any other responses for that? What the Moors have in place? Islam. The
Islam,
next.
real sheet.
Oh, go ahead, Moore. Go ahead.
In terms of what? Of what Moors have in place?
Yeah. So somebody's coming into this. What do the Moors have for them to say? I'm not gonna be whatever I am. I'm gonna say I'm a Moor now.
Do they mean like Rare Bird with the proclamation of stuff and that collective blanket thing, or what?
Let's say that. Let's say all those people say, okay, fine, we want to be Moors. What do the Moors have for us right now?
See, we gotta okay. See, okay, Green Sheet, because you know where I'm at, Green Sheet, right? So I build with the more. Okay. So where I'm at, right? Because this is what the Moors have, right? So the group when I got the Grand Sheik to come up here, he got me invited to another Moors estate. I get up there to this Moors estate. Next thing I know, I'm contracting with the Moor, but the only it didn't hit me until later on. I'm in it. I said, man, I would never even be. First of all, I would have never got invited to this place if I didn't know the Grand Sheik. If I wasn't a Moor, I wouldn't have knew the Grand Sheik. If I wasn't a Moor, I wouldn't have got invited to this other Moor's 220 acres. You know what I mean? I get there, he's like, yeah, come on. Put me right on. I'm running his thing for him, working, and me and him build on there all the time. The thing is, are Moors ready to work? We talk about that all the time. It's like, I'm like when Grand Sheik asked the question, like, what do the Moors have? When he said it, I realized how tired I was. I said, yo, I'm tired. Like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. It's too much. It's too much. I'm like, we working hard. And what do the Moors have? I'm like, Moors got everything. We're spoiled. But me and the Moor realized is we're spoiled, but we have this. If we're not getting a benefit based off of what we're taught a benefit is for colonization, we're not benefiting. But if we go to that state of mind of our ancient forefathers and foremothers, we're freaking spoiled. Exactly. We're just extremely spoiled, but we think because we don't get a benefit of the way that the colonists has taught us that we should get a benefit that we're not benefiting. That's the problem. That's so Brother Abdullah used to say, the question is colored. Like, we gotta let's examine this. Like, because I'm tired right now, and what are the Moors doing? Like, it's too much going on. It's too much going on. And that's not just me. I'm watching like Khalifa Media working tons. I'm always seeing them. I'm like, man, she's always on it. Publications, the with donations, helping Moors get stuff. And I'm like, she's working hard. I'm like, what are Moors doing? I get tired of seeing her putting up all that work she be doing. I'm like, she's all over it because she's working. And if you have time to ask, what are the Moors doing? I know you're not doing nothing because you should be tired. You should be tired. I'm tired. 4:30 coming. 4:30 coming. 4:30 a.m. coming. I'm there solid. 4:30. I know the person that's asking this question has never even seen 4:30 a.m. in their life. They've never even seen it. They've never even seen it. I'm in the dark side 4:30 in the morning. Like these lazy And then that's before I take an hour and a half ride to work 220 acres, take another hour and a half back home from, like, are you crazy? You crazy? Like, I'm exhausted. And it's just working Moorish. Like, it's all Moorish work. Like, I work for a Moor. I contract with a Moor. Like, it bugs me out knowing that. I'm like, yo, I work with a Moor. Like, and I wouldn't. The qualifications to work there was you got to be a Moor. Like, yo, that bugged me out. It was bugging me out. I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's lovely. And that's how I know they're not doing. You can't be doing nothing asking what are the Moors doing. You should be tired. You should be exhausted. Too tired to ask what are the Moors doing. Too tired to come on here and troll to see what the Moors doing. You should be tired. These people are lazy. They're not doing shit. Just, you should be tired. Why are you not tired? In real life, they're not doing shit. They should be exhausted. That's why I be coming on here. Islam to the hard workers, because I know. That's why I be like, yo, Islam to the hard work, because I know y'all busting y'all ass. I'm like, I know y'all busting y'all ass.
Islam.
I know y'all. That's why I say I know y'all.
Hey,
Like, yo,
real
Islam to
talk.
the hard workers. I come right on. Like, yo, I know it because I'm tired. I'm like, I'm tired. So I know they tired. I know. And they right on here doing class. What are the Moors? They tired. And on here still, Grand Sheik's a coach. He worked for he got a regular job and he come on here and destroy Dirty Moors. He worked out. He should be exhausted. He's doing the Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, and Justice tour. Are you crazy? He's exhausted. What are the Moors doing?
All fact. All fact.
What are the Moors doing? He's exhausted. I'm like,
Yeah.
look at him. He's going right back at it.
It's plenty more as entrepreneurs. Like, I'm talking like plenty. Like, I talk to more and get basically classes online about whatever we talking about doing. If we don't know how to do something, we on the phone, video, like literally right there, hands on through the video. Oh, you do it like this, more. Oh, this, you need this tool. Go get that. Like, Moors come in and out of town, do work with each other, leave, and come back, do the same thing. Like, this is going on, but it's not going on with you because you don't have you together. You only gonna link with people who, I wouldn't even say worthy. It's like kinds and gravitate. Opposites don't really attract. It's like kinds. Like, you just keep being on the opposite end of the spectrum because you're not dealing with you. Like, whatever something going on with you, you need to deal with it. Our property would tell us you're gonna find yourself in a place where you can solve your problems best. Your problems. Your problems can't become mine, although you can get assisted, but you got to deal with it first. That's like talking to my children. Like, my children don't come to me until they didn't try or strove anyway. Because, we don't do the trying thing, because you trying, you're not getting nowhere. Like, people don't strive. Like, you make no effort. Your effort was minimal. Like, you got to do it.
Minimum effort and want maximum benefit.
Sure.
And just to camelback off of Brother Yusuf. Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Never mind, it's not. I don't know what. Oh, I remember. He used the word spoiled. I would use the word indoctrinated, because it is. I know it's hard for some people. You come from an early age. You don't have no one in the household giving you this information. So, as a young one, you see these teachers and you see these videos. I remember them pulling TV in the classroom showing us be sprayed down in dogs, and y'all all know that video that I'm talking about. So we've been indoctrinated to think a certain way, and then you get older, if you come across something that's different from that, or that's contrary to that, as we all know, it's hard for people to let go of what they believe, what they've been dealing with their life, and they feel like they have a grasp of, like people do taxes and whatnot, and they feel like, oh yeah, I got this game down with the taxes, when taxes themselves are unconstitutional. You're not supposed to be paying them if you ain't got no representation, but they know the tax game and how to work it, so they feel like they doing good in the game, and it's hard to let go of that, so that's because it's going to create a completely different lifestyle for them. Recognizing and proclaiming that you're more changes your whole lifestyle. It's like martial arts. Martial arts, kung fu is life kind of deal, you know. So that's what I believe a lot of people have to take in mind and kind of get used to too. And some people are so adamant about not making that change. You know, that's where we see the bots and where we see people constantly trying to prove stuff wrong and whatnot. But every now and then you come across somebody like Kush, you know, where he said, you know, he came into this trying to prove Grand Taj wrong, and it pulled him in to it because he had enough sense to see and take in the evidence as it was presented and not continuously keep trying to prove it wrong, prove it wrong, prove it wrong. If somebody's trying to do that and they're never going to take that the information that's in front of them that proves the evidence, if they're not going to take it, then you can't really do anything about them. You know, we're not trying to save everybody. You know, people that's asking questions, you got to look at yourself. Why are you asking this question? Are you asking this question because you genuinely want to know? Or are you asking this question because you want to kick up shit somewhere? Are you just trying to keep your beliefs to the way that you want it to be? You know, again, it all goes back to self. All of it, all the time goes back to self. And eventually you got to see and take into account what it is that you're doing with this while you're on this platform asking these questions and trying to prove this and do this, that, and third. None of that really matters because eventually it's going to ultimately come back to you anyway. And I yield.
Islam. Next question. How can Moors resolve issues that they have with each other?
Moors that's on the same path don't have issues with each other that's not either resolved or resolvable.
Islam.
Like
What?
if you on another path and you calling yourself a Moor, then that's what we calling a dirty Moor, and it's not gonna be nothing friendly with them. Never. It can't be. Like we stand on the principles firmly. Like that's unwavering. You know. Like no, this is not a game. Like if we not seeing eye to eye, it's for good reason. Like nobody not deliberately going out here trying to find combatants or enemies or anything. Like if somebody an enemy to what's going on, we guarding this with our dear life. Remember that part? Like it's not a game. I yield with that.
And again, we don't have to agree on everything. Let's go back to levels. Y'all don't agree on the type of fabric someone be using, what side the fez tassel should be on. You know, some stuff can be looked up, and once the evidence is proven, then leave it there. It should be if you're reasonable, but you know, Moors ain't gonna agree on every single thing. But what's factual is factual. If it's there for the enlightenment and upliftment of us, if it's already there for us, the Quran is there for us to see it. If it's in the Quran, then that's what it should be. If you can read the Quran and you see what it should be, but then you still want to be on something else, then that's you at that point. That's not the Moors, that's you at that point. So I yield.
Islam. Anybody else with that question?
I'll speak real quick, Cujo. Like the brother Amir just said, Moors of the same train of thought or studying from the same people won't have those issues. It's when we run into dirty Moors and it's the two backsides of the magnets and try to stick them together and they won't stick for nothing. That's the only problem or the issue because one of them is dirty. But if you turn them around and both of them going in the same direction, following the path of the prophet, then everything is fine. There's cohesiveness. There is no fighting, no arguing, no beefing, so to speak. Nor will it be. When Cujo came out here, me and Cujo spoke, met, and had never met before other than the live. There was no problem, no issue. And everywhere he went that I've saw on video, it's been that exact same way because it's like-minded Moors. There ain't no rift, no conflict. Now you.
And again, if there are issues with Moors, certain Moors have to go check themselves, because there shouldn't be any issues if we're living by the principles and all that. Same thing Moors been saying from the beginning. Same thing we're saying from the beginning. So when Moors try to bring up a disagreement like, oh well, Cujo doesn't teach reversion of estate, he should be teaching that. Now, if the estate got reverted when Noble Drew Ali claimed it, and everybody knows that Noble Drew Ali claimed it, why do I need to do reversion of estate and study estate if I already got the estate's already ours? Problem is it's under occupation. And the other problem is there's a Negro problem that nobody seems to want to fix. So here we are as Moors with our broken wing sovereignty, talking about we're the sovereigns of the land and you're supposed to be exercising some rights. You're under occupation. It's real simple. The estate's yours. These people are using it because we're not. We want to play Negro black colored games. And the ones who are Moors that should already have this stuff figured out, 5 Moors can't stop anything from this colonist. What are you talking about? When Venezuela said whatever they're gonna do, how much of them were in the streets waving one flag? They weren't there playing island games. We're from this island and that street and that corner. They weren't playing those games like we play. They were on national standards. Even modern Europeans, if they're standing up for something, it's on nationality. And then people always look to Moors to fix the problems as if Moors haven't fixed the problem. Problem's been fixed. Your issue is that you're fat and lazy. You want to wake up at 12 and 1 and want to know how come the Moors don't have anything. And then looking at the Moors who wake up at 4:30 like they're crazy. When you haven't put in any work, haven't done anything. Nothing at all whatsoever.
He's the same Moors the prophet was cussing out, GS. Like
exactly. Writing personalized letters to them. I see what you sellouts are doing, putting their name in the letter and all that. It's the same stuff we're doing today.
That's the part I'm talking about. It's supposed to be done like that, so everybody else knows. It's like a caveat, like, you know what I mean. Like, there's no need to like really. I wouldn't even say fraternize. It's just like here for a purpose. The information getting put out is not really hard like that. It just, are you really disciplined enough to do the real study of what you're checking out? Or basically yourself, though. It's like the self thing that I have to keep reiterating that, because that's what this is all about. It's like if something is wrong, it's something wrong with you. Like nobody else can fix that. Nobody even really knows. You can't even really explain it to nobody. You got to take care of that. I yield, GS.
Islam.
Fat and lazy.
That's all. They don't want to put in any work.
Can I say something?
Islam.
I know it's scary. And I know a lot of people don't want to admit that it's scary, but baby, look, you got to fuck around and find out. Okay.
For real, you do.
You got to fuck around and find out. That's with self. If you when you learn yourself, you get knowledgeable enough, you'll quit asking other people for stuff because you know self, you know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know what you're gonna stand on and what you're not gonna stand on. Point blank, period. That's the end of it for real. And when enough people get enough knowledge, it's already proving itself right now. Look at stuff that's going on in Tasha talks about it, not to be on his penis or anything, but he does talk about it. People are realizing it every day, and it is taking effect every day. So when people talking about, well, what are people doing and what's going on with stuff is happening every day that you can't even see because you don't even have the knowledge first to know what to look for. You're so busy trying to see somebody that's actually laying it out for you nice and easy and clear, and you don't have to do anything but say, yeah, I'm gonna do that too. You ain't gotta do shit else with that. Come on, man. And that's not what this is. That's not what this means. That's not what divine is. Divine is individual. Divine is your own personal thing. And once you get your own personal thing together, you will connect with other people who have that going on as well. That's called the collective. That's when you get into the collective. But you can't get into the collective if you don't do it yourself first. And with that, I yield.
Real quick, Cujo, I was going to show this, but I just go on and read it.
Oh, go ahead, Mark.
I got it marked in my my oral statements and prophecies. I got wrote across the top of the page, key, like this is key. Underlined, marked, and arrows pointing around it and everything. This is key. Number one, I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. When he said that, the prophet was holding up a Holy Quran, a Moorish Science Temple of America, and a questionnaire to show the books we need to save ourselves with. There's your answer to your question.
You looking to save the nation without even saving yourself first. You're already worried about the nation, but you ain't done no work on yourself first. Come on now.
Islam. Who is the leadership for the Moors 2024?
You.
I'm just gonna tell her one more time. Stop.
That's too much. They don't want that. That's too much. They don't want that. They don't want that, yo.
Look, no, Cujo, Council General. That's the leadership.
They don't say that too loud. They're gonna take that one seriously. You know, they would take that one and run with it.
Look, Moorish mindset done ejaculated over there. She said it.
They said it. They did it. I knew it. Nah, man. There's no leadership. Like
the Raj said, you got a Florida ceiling mirror. Go get in front of it and take a good hard look.
Well, our leader, if you want to say that, our leader transitioned in 20s, you know. So it ain't it's still there, you know. But so it's nobody in the flesh though. 2024 leading no more is nowhere unless you're looking in the mirror. Period. Point blank.
Man, people don't understand. Prophet is the man, dude. Don't understand everything dude did. Oh my God.
The man though. He make you the man when you imitate him. I mean, and don't imitate him talking about reincarnated though. You know, like, but it's again the principles, the things he gave you, like the brother just said. He held it up and told you. He gave you everything to save a nation. Take it and save yourself.
Yep. And people don't want to do that. They want to be saved. Just like the mother was saying earlier, like it's some church thing. They want to be saved. How about go save yourself? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Save
it's
yourself.
Like drowning. You drowning and you not gonna flap your arms, kick your legs. You just gonna wait till somebody come and just pull you out the water. Okay, wait on it.
Just sinking.
And people risk themselves with this. and our unconscious brothers and sisters be like, okay, you go ahead, risk yourself, you do that, then I'll come in. Like how does that work? Like how you waiting on somebody to risk themselves, put themselves out there, and then once they get it together, then you'll come in. You don't want to risk yourself for your salvation, for your stuff. You don't want to risk yourself for that. It's not that important to you. You'll wait until somebody else do it in some form where you ain't got to do that for yourself. But in the meantime, I'll sit here and I'll just go along with the flow and I'll just do things the way that need to be done until somebody come up with something that's just going to let me do it nice and clean and clear and easy where I'm not risking myself or whatnot. Come on, man.
Yeah, and easily too. You know, be upright, independent, fearless. I mean that part's simple. That then the first couple things you could check off. A lot of people are in fear. That's gonna cripple you. So first and foremost, you're not going nowhere while you're scared. You're done right there. Got to get that part together. Then again, you keep wanting help. You're supposed to be independent. Like you got a brain and a functioning body. Like like you got to be paraplegic really to get some serious help. Like other than that, nobody not rolling you around, man.
Right. And we're not saying that it's bad to be or that you're wrong for being fearful. It's an emotion. Of course, it's going to happen and whatnot, but recognize it. Recognize it for what it is and don't keep trying to ask nobody else for it. Recognize that that's what it is. And if you're not going to attempt to get over it yourself, don't keep coming on here asking all these questions about what somebody else can do if you not even try to get in it yourself. Come on now.
Yeah, and the fear is self-induced anyway. Like whatever you so-called scared of, it ain't even happened. You making it up in your mind. This is again why you got to get your mind together. Like you create your reality, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. But long as you still in the flesh, you got a chance to get yourself right. Most people just don't take no time to get themselves right. Zero discipline, fat and lazy.
Yep.
I you
It's fat and lazy. You're it. If you're not gonna be it, then don't expect too much. Don't expect to anything.
How can they, Cujo? Like you just hit the nail on the head. How can you expect anything and you not doing anything?
How you expect someone else to be it when you don't want to be it?
yeah, really like you
I'm,
want to work, but
I'm good around
what more is working? How somebody supposed to work with you and you not working? You're not even workable. Like how somebody supposed to work with you? How you supposed to come into something and keep it rolling when like it's no weights, no anchors. Like other people make you less buoyant out here in the water. We navigating out here. That's why you can do it by yourself. The more weight you gain, the less buoyant you about to be out here at sea, so to speak. You know what I mean?
You want something, but you're not willing to be what you want. Come on.
Yeah. Like even with the camp, that the the 12 to 13, the 12 to 13 youth were at that. They were happy. They were happy. They knew what having mentors was about. They knew what and they know it from before. But to just do it for the sake of humanity, that's living by the principles. Just doing it, just being it. This is not supposed to be we're fighting all the time. This is supposed to be we're working all the time. You want to fight too much. Somebody owes you something and all this. Once you're dealing with it by the principles, everything else is going to fall into place. Once you're doing it for the right reasons. Majority of people aren't in this for the right reasons. They're in this because they don't want to deal with whatever issues they got. They're in this because they're trying to get out of something. They're in this because they want some type of benefit. They're not in this because they found out the truth about their nationality and their birthrights. And now they're going to help in the uplifting works by doing something. Because all Moors are active, not passive. There must be something you're doing. You can't be doing nothing and claiming people aren't doing anything. Just like the Moor was saying. This is not something that has to be advanced. This is basic. You find out who you are and you support your own. How do you support your own? Whatever your own has, you support them. You support everybody else without question.
Goddamn right, Joe.
So
No question.
Thank you, fair.
You know. But again, it goes back to, we know our people have issues. And like we were saying in the beginning again, there's levels. And everybody's coming into this from a different place. But honors to the Moors who figured it out. The handful saved Moors. Honors to you. Because that's what it's about. You figuring it out. For you to figure it out. The priesthood is dead. Don't follow anybody. Find individuals who are on a certain frequency and assist them in doing more. Like, you're not going to see somebody digging a ditch for 15 years and then somebody comes with a silver shovel and they have one ditch dug and then you're fascinated with them with their silver shovel and their one ditch. They can play whatever games that they want. But if you're not doing it, don't expect anything. Even Drew Ali told you that. You can't expect help if you're not even you're not putting anything in. You're not putting in energy. You're not putting in time. You're just putting in complaining about stuff. You're just putting in not supporting. You're just putting in not being involved. But have something to say all the time. You can't have something to say when you're doing nothing.
It's like they got a horse and buggy waiting on somebody to give them a car. Where my car at? I see all these other people with cars. Where my car?
Yeah. All in 1929, like Peter Moon said, our stuff reached critical mass. Drew Ali was on the front burners, in the oven, on the back burners, in the little heating tray at the bottom. Drew Ali was everywhere. And everybody knew it. And it was accepted and recognized then. Why doesn't that apply now? Well, how do they take away? They can't take away. All they can do is have people thinking they're Negro black colored and keep pushing that and having them think that they're everything else.
So
Be everything except Moors. And these people are in perfect shape.
So somebody do come along and they give you a car. Okay, great, you got a car, but you better believe that it's not your car. They can come back and take it anytime they want to. When you had your horse and buggy, that was your horse and buggy, and you had land, all the resources to it. You could have learned yourself how to make your own car instead of someone coming and give you a car that's not really your car and then messing with you about what you're doing in the car and extorting stuff from you in the car and all this other kind of stuff. That's the difference. That's what whoever asked that question about what you get from being a Moor, whatever the question was, that's the difference right there. Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't worry. You are good. No worries. I'm pretty sure the Moors got something to that, but there's this one last thing that I want to put out before we get out of here. Honors to the Moors on the panel. That was real good. That was real good. You know, since we're religious, we gotta do our little religious stuff and all that. Seven Japanese concepts to transform your life. What's your purpose? The reason you wake up each morning. It's the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. By identifying your ikigai, you can find a sense of meaning and direction in your life. Reflect on your passions, strengths, values, the needs of the world around you. Consider what brings you joy and fulfillment, and how you can use your talents and skills to make a positive impact, right? Positive impact, not be a troll and trolling people. You make a positive impact by finding the sweet spot where your passions, skills, and values intersect. You can discover your ikigai and live a more purposeful life. An incredible book on this subject is Ikigai, the Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. So there's some lessons. There's some lessons for you. Number 2, control what you can control. Shikata Ganai translates to it cannot be helped or there is no alternative. It emphasizes acceptance and resilience in the face of adversity. It's not about resignation, but acknowledging that some things are outside of our control and finding a way to move forward. And this is aesinternational.com and their October 2023 blog. The prophet's the man. Told us brothers from the east, right? Wabi Sabi, the charm of flaws. This concept embraces the beauty of imperfection, transience, and natural world. It's about finding beauty in the imperfect, the incomplete, and the fleeting. Wabi Sabi encourages us to appreciate the simple, unadorned, and natural elements of life. 4. Stay strong, control how you react. Gammon translates to enduring the seemingly unbearable with patience and dignity. It emphasizes perseverance, resilience, and self-discipline in the face of hardship and adversity. For you fat, lazy people, hardship and adversity. Gammon is about staying strong and not giving up, even in difficult circumstances. So even though he got you for $7,000, suck it up. Right? Suck it up and forgive. Never forget. Don't get played again. Go giving $5,000 to somebody else and then you're mad again at people you shouldn't be mad at. You should be looking at yourself, which is perfect for number 5. Continuous improvement. It's about making small incremental changes or ongoing sustainable improvements in all aspects of life, from personal development, which is why they took home economics out of school and all that stuff, and now you just have some economics. They tell you about all this other stuff. It has absolutely nothing to do with getting your house in order. This is what economics is. Personal development. 2, business operations. Long-term progress and growth. Learning and mastery. Isafla am. Amen. No, all right. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear.
See, that's what I was saying. You got to be there by yourself.
You there by yourself, looking for some teacher to teach you something. The priesthood is dead. The priesthood is dead. Every man is supposed to be unto themselves a priest by this point. By this point. Shuhari is a martial arts concept that's been adapted to various fields, including business, education, and personal development. It refers to the stages of learning and mastery. Shu, follow the rules. Ha, break the rules. And Ri, create your own rules. Shuhari emphasizes the importance of following tradition and learning from others before developing one's own style or approach. Right? But what do you have today? Everybody want to have their own one style and approach, and they're gonna do it this way and all that stuff instead of doing what the Moor said. And then he showed you how to do everything too. You're supposed to follow tradition. Isn't that go back to the mindset of your ancient foremothers and forefathers? Isn't that following tradition? No, but they don't want to do that. They want UCCs and trusts. They want to honor their foremothers. Because trust is going to save them. They're abandoning their foremothers for a paper. Forefathers are looking at you like a big dummy. Beauty in impertinence and transience. The bittersweet feeling of appreciation for the fleeting nature of life. It is a reminder of the impermanence and transience of all things, including joy and sorrow, beauty and decay. It's about cherishing the present moment, acknowledging its beauty, and feeling gratitude for the time we have. Honors to all the Moors for being on here. We'll just say that's full circle right there. Just say that's full circle. Don't forget rvbaypublications.com. Mother Roz has the Wednesday classes, 7:30 every Wednesday. Don't forget Mother Karima. Don't forget Circle 7 classes. Everything on rvbaypublications.com. Just go to the homepage and get updated on what's going on. Oh yeah, and Sons of Allah every third Thursday. Honors to all the Moors that were on the panel today. Honors to all the Moors in the chat and all the Moors worldwide. Moors, do you have any closing remarks before we exit left?
It's all good from my end. Excuse me, Mobile. Go ahead.
I want to give thanks to you, Cujo, for all the stuff that you do, for the literature you've put out for everyone, to you helping the young ones, to you using your own finance to go out and spread the word, and most prevalently at this moment, for this platform that you've kept going as long as you have. It helps on so many levels in different ways that people may or may not want to acknowledge. Dude on here, I ain't gonna say his name, but dude on here trolling and whatnot, but he's still getting knowledge. He's still getting information. He can't help it.
Still up in here. 2 hours.
Here, so it's still a help. It's still, something good is still coming from it. So I just want to give thanks to you for that. I want to tell all of the Moors, not only on the panel or in the chat, but all other Moors that might be listening, like, you aren't alone. It might feel like it, but you are not alone. This is a divine and national movement. You are not alone. So just stand on your square, as the prophet said, and know thyself, and everything will turn out beautifully. I just give thanks to you all. I give thanks to the prophet for everything he did. Supreme high honors. You the man, prophet. I love you. And yeah, I yield on that.
Islam. Give thanks, Moors. Love and peace to all. And you already know we'll be here again sometime soon.
Islam, love and peace.
Love and peace, Moors. Islam.